Constantly under threat of being ambushed by sleep, certain activities have proved particularly difficult for Mohammed.
When I was 21, I think I started dating a girlfriend, obviously being more mature, and that the relationship got more sexual and stuff. You know, you have a kiss and a cuddle, you think you're going to get somewhere and be a bit naughty or whatever, I'll just pass out. You think, why can't I do this? Everyone else does.
That was a bad one.
Because emotions can trigger him to collapse, he tries to focus his mind on one of his first interests.
I use science an awful lot to think about because, in general, science is an emotional subject. And therefore, if I start thinking about atoms, which is one of my favourite things to do, I can think about atoms, how they bond with each other, why they bond with each other. And as I'm doing that, it's taking me completely away from an emotional moment. So quite often I'm not listening to people, I'm actually thinking about something else.
The worse Mohammed's conditions become, the more he's withdrawn from the world. But having let us into his life to film him, Mohammed's decided to take a trip he hasn't dared make in 18 years. A 40-minute train journey to visit the London Science Museum.
I want to do this because I haven't done anything like this for such a long time. I haven't really had the bottle to do it because of other experiences I've had in my past. But it's time to take a new look at this. And if this works out, I can go up there again and again. And
if Mohammed can make the journey to central London,
sorry,
it may be the start of a new life back in society.
I'm dreaming.
Even when we're asleep, our brains are still at work. They use only 15% less energy than in our waking hours. But as Mohammed shows, any disruption to our sleep and wake cycle can throw the world out of kilter. For Mohammed Daud, time's not lost through the failings of memory, but in the sleep attacks, narcolepsy with cataplexy, that can strike him at any time. No matter where he is or what he's doing, Mohammed's brain can spring sleep on him.
You're on the pavement, you need to wake up.
And it's made him reluctant to face the outside world.
Mohammed, can you get up?
Today, he's making a journey he's been afraid to try for years. A 40-minute trip to London to visit one of his favourite places, the Science Museum. But the danger for Mohammed is that too much excitement can trigger him to collapse.
I've got to get out more. This is what this is just.
Now you've made this first step, you can start doing things.
Oh,
I have no problem with taking you out.
oh man. It took me about 18 years to actually get a diagnosis of narcolepsy. It was a release, a big release, because where I constantly felt guilty about being lazy, not being interested, being a bore, all that sort of stuff, mates wanting to go out and I didn't want to, all of that broke down to everyone saying, like, I can see why now.